Good evening. Welcome to Austin After Hours. I'm Taylor Ellison. Thanks for joining us. We have a really fun show in store. Here's what's coming up. Making mornings bright for nearly 3 million listeners every day, radio personality and entertainer Bobby Bones is reaching new heights with no signs of slowing down. With sold-out comedy tours, a New York Times best-selling book, and a nationally syndicated radio program, Bobby shares why no matter where work takes him, Austin will always be home. And in 2002, with just $500, she launched a small jewelry collection out of the spare bedroom in her home. Today, Kendra Scott Jewelry is a billion-dollar label sold around the world. Founder and CEO Kendra Scott shares defining moments in her career and 3 words at the core of her company. And Woody Harrelson brings history to life on the big screen as he stars in LBJ, a new film directed by Reiner. Woody shares the pressure of transforming into the 36th president alongside Rob's sage life advice. But first, we head downtown to Swift's Attic for a day in Bobby's Austin life.
We went to jail. Let me tell you what we did. First of all, we went on the Congress
Bridge.
Buckle
up, everybody, because I remember this time.
This is a 2-part story here.
Beautiful day in Austin. Bobby, it's so nice to be with you.
Thanks, it's nice to be here. This is my part of Austin where I live about 3 blocks that way. No exact addresses. Although
These are your streets.
We're gonna go to Swift's Attic, which is my favorite place to go. And so I'm glad that they're probably gonna give us free food for this. This is the
Let's do it.
Greatest part of it there.
Oh, after me?
Yes, after you. Okay, and only her. All right, listen, let me tell you the real story.
I thought we were eating together. I thought this was a joint interview. Is it just me? Your life, there are so many amazing things going on right now. Host, best-selling author, musician. It's like you're unstoppable. Pretty soon you could be an Olympic athlete and we wouldn't be surprised.
But I feel like if I'm not doing a lot right now, that eventually it's going to catch up with me. I'm gonna have nothing to do. Yeah, it feels like if I were out robbing stores, right? And eventually the cops were going to catch me. And I know that I'm going to get caught eventually, so I'm taking,
just throwing it all in
saving
while you can.
all that I can. So it's been a good run.
It seems like it. Of all those facets of your life, like what's bringing you the most joy right now?
Well, still the radio show. I mean, I love being on the radio. I hate waking up at 3 in the morning.
And that's what I wanted to know. You know, you have a morning show, but are you a morning person?
No.
What twist?
I'm usually good. I start to not be cranky about 10 a.m. Which
Wait,
ironically,
but doesn't your show end at 10
that's
a.m.?
usually when my show ends. And I tell my company it would be so much funnier if we just started the show in the afternoon, but they won't go for that.
So what do you say to yourself in your head? You're just excited to get up and do what you love?
I love the people I work with because they're all my friends. So it does make a difference whether you surround yourself with.
Yeah, 100%.
And so I also think that's still why the radio show to me is the most fun.
You're talking about meeting all those people and that 15-year journey. Those are big defining moments. What are some other moments that stick out along the way when you kind of felt that momentum going?
Well, I think for me, when I got the morning show here, because I was doing nights, and I was doing nights on Kiss FM here in Austin.
I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this, and this doesn't date you, by the way, because we're like the same age.
Okay.
But I was like a religious caller number 9.
You won movie tickets.
I mean, we lived for that.
You spent more on gas than the tickets were actually worth to get.
You know what? It was special to us
awesome.
at the time.
Yes, it was.
You were making our middle school dreams come true.
Wait, you weren't in middle school though when I was on. You just said we were the same age.
Give or take. I just trying to make everybody feel good.
You ever make me feel good? I'm 57 years old.
Well, I want your moisturizer. At that time, though, you were like one of the youngest, or the youngest host in a top 100 market, right?
I was.
So how did you keep your confidence up around all these people in the industry?
Oh, I had too much confidence. That was the problem.
Okay.
Yeah, I had too much confidence. I thought I knew a lot more than I probably did at the time.
When you hear some of those old clips from your first years, what do you think?
I feel like if I'm not looking back at myself every couple of years, and if I'm not embarrassed, then I'm not growing. So even if I listen to clips from 2 years ago, I should feel embarrassed about the quality of work that I was doing then, because hopefully I've gotten that much better because I'm always trying to get better at what I do.
Yeah. You know, you've been through a lot of adversity in your life and kept going. Like, how do you do that?
For me, it was never about hard times. It was really the only option. So, you know, I grew up and I didn't have a dad, and my mom was an alcoholic and a drug addict, and she died in her 40s. And So for me, that was kind of the only thing that I had was myself. I had option A, which was I wanted to be in, radio, TV, and write books and do comedy. And then option B was, if that failed, keep doing option A. Yeah. When you never have anything, there's nothing to lose. So forever I thought, wow, this is an obstacle. And as I've gotten older, I've realized it wasn't an obstacle at all. It actually has helped me get to where I am.
Yeah.
Because had I had something to fall back on, I think I may have about 3 or 4 times. I think a lot of that testing early on has defined who I am.
Your philanthropic efforts and Pimp and Joy and these incredible campaigns, where do you see that going? What's your mission?
For me, I wouldn't be here without people giving to me. And as I got older, I started to realize it was people in the community reaching out and knowing that we didn't have much.
Yeah.
And I started to go, wow, if I'm ever in the place to do that, that's what I want to do, because I wouldn't have been able to survive. I'll give you St. Jude, for example. I was in the hospital a lot as a kid. I wanted to help kids in the hospital, and I go, man, I'm only trying to help me. It's deep psychological. I spend a lot of money on therapy.
No, I understand completely.
I'm like, why can't I go help birds? I have no relationship, but I like helping things that I understand.
Yeah.
We've been able to do some pretty awesome things, and by we, I don't mean me or that studio, but I mean we as in everybody that listens to the show.
Yeah.
And the #1 supporter of everything that we do is right here in Austin, Texas. Even if it's not Texas related, Austin related, it doesn't matter. Like, our #1 supporter is Austin, Texas, and that's why I still live here probably 40% of the time.
What's the future look like?
And I have a book coming out in the summer, my 2nd book. I never thought the 1st book would be any good.
And it was amazing and a bestseller, and the list never stops. There's so many good things.
But I also believe that for every good thing,
What's in that hand?
I don't know, a lot of turds, I think, are coming my way. Keep waiting for them. Can I say turds?
No, you can't
No,
say
okay.
that. It's
All right,
a nighttime show.
No, I can say that. Then. Okay. All
I
right.
think only good things are coming in your way. Okay, so here's the deal. You guys play a lot of games on your show. Amy does the morning corny, but we've noticed you don't really laugh much. Not at the jokes.
No, because they're meant for 6-year-olds.
The game is How Strong Is Your Funny Bone with
Okay.
Bobby Bones.
Oh, man.
So we each get a set
How
of
strong is my funny bone?
we get a set of jokes. Those are for you.
First time I've been asked that.
And
All right,
we
here
have
go.
to read them to each other, but you can't laugh.
I'm gonna laugh at you laughing though. This is. Is this a game?
This is a game.
Right now I'm thinking of the famish of the 1800s.
No, don't do that. What did the father buffalo say to his kid when he dropped him off at school?
Yeah.
Bye, son.
Bye, son. That's not that funny.
He smiled, and there was a giggle. There was a giggle.
I missed. What does a nut say when it sneezes? Cashew. There you go.
You don't think that's funny at all?
I think that you're funny. I think that you're funny. Here, go ahead. Come on. Bring me in.
Okay, next round.
Instead of a game, why don't we just make each other laugh?
My sister bet me $100 I couldn't build a car out of spaghetti. You should have seen the look on her face as I drove pasta.
You couldn't even get through the joke without laughing.
This is what takes
Did that take up the whole card? Now I
to
look like
deliver.
an angry man because I'm not laughing at jokes. What is Beethoven's favorite fruit?
These are hard.
Banana!
Oh, this is my absolute favorite joke.
Okay.
How did Harry Potter get down the hill?
How did Harry Potter get down the hill? How?
Walking. J.K. Rowling.
Why'd you say walking? I just said walking. J.K. Rolling. What did the 0 say to the number 8?
Nice belt? Are you serious? Well, you know what? Can we just consider that winning the game?
Champion.
I never get them.
Champion.
Bobby, thanks for playing with
Dang.
us. You're the best. Congrats to you. Keep it up.
Thank you. I would just like to say that I was tricked into this segment. I thought I was just coming to dinner, and all of a sudden cameras showed up. So now I'd like to eat.
Bon appetit. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thanks for playing, Bobby. You truly are an inspiration. And up next, another inspiring Austinite. Kendra Scott shares how her global brand got its start right here in Austin, Texas. Don't miss Wine Wednesdays on the Terrace at Archer Hotel, Austin.
Hey, I'm Jackie Vincent, soul pop guitarist based in Austin, Texas, and you are watching Austin After Hours.
told you were in my dream.
Yes,
my
welcome
dream
to
had a
Fairy
nail
Tale.
bar in it. So welcome.
It's so special to be sitting here in these stunning headquarters, about 15 years in the city where it all started. What did some of those first days and weeks and months look like for you?
Oh my goodness, I remember them so vividly still. I loved fashion, I loved design, and I was able to create a little collection. And I always say, Austin is such an incredible community that supports local businesses. And so I took this little, tea box of jewelry. When my son was born, I put him in a baby Bjorn. He was 3 months old. And we went store to store here in Austin. And then the last store, I actually sold all my samples so that I'd have enough money to produce the orders I had written. I mean, I started with $500, and so made every order in my extra bedroom of our house. So to be sitting here in this headquarters with you, fast forward 15 years, is really, I could have never imagined.
When did you kind of feel the momentum shift from when you were doing the orders in your back bedroom to more stores in Austin to across the country?
I look back at it and there were some moments where we got some good breaks along the way. So, I remember when Nordstrom wrote their first order and getting that call. I'll never forget Oscar de la Renta using my jewelry in his fashion show in 2005. And here we were, this little company in Austin, and he just saw my jewelry on someone and liked it, and asked me to come to New York. Moments like that just gave us fuel to keep going, because there were a lot of times it was really hard. Like, how were we going to pay rent? How was I going to make payroll? How were we going to continue to do what we're doing, especially when you're doing it all on your own? So, I had personal guaranteed everything and signed my life away, and it was really a challenge. For us, the biggest turning point was in 2010. So I started in 2002. So it took a bit, right? This wasn't an overnight success story.
And a lot of people, always think they are when they see big successes. They don't realize, there's years that have gone on that journey.
Years of a lot of love and a lot of struggle. And I really realized that we needed to make a shift. I wanted to connect with our customer directly. In 2010, we opened our first retail store on South Congress. And I will never forget it, because we opened and I was just hopeful that people would like it. We wanted to create a really unique experience. And there were people lined up around the block, and
for sure,
it was like, oh my goodness. And that was, I think, for us, the biggest shift. When we started touching and interacting with our customer directly, that's when our company went from here to here. I've been so blessed to have great people in my life. I have an incredible family. I've got my mother here in Austin who still works with me. She helps ship orders out of our dining room to Nordstrom. She's still with me. And having those people be your voice, that sometimes, because you'll sit there and you'll think, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not able to do this. And you have to have sometimes people to remind you, you can do this, and what you are doing is good, and don't give up. I think what was important in a lot of entrepreneurs is not just sticking with it, but being thoughtful enough to sometimes get a 360 of you and go, what's not working? And be able to, change the formula. So here we were plugging along, doing something one way for 8 years, and I was like, okay, I was afraid to get into retail. I was scared of retail. And it took something big, like the recession, to happen to make me realize if I was going to keep my business, I had to do something radical, which for me was retail, and never be complacent. Every morning I wake up and I want to create something better for our customer and wow her and surprise and delight her. I'm never I'm like, what can we do today that's going to just blow her away?
Every piece of Kendra Scott has this kind of undeniable charm to it. Where do you bring in some of those style and creative inspirations?
So when I'm designing a piece, I'm thinking about, how is she going to wear this? Could she wear it to the office? Could she wear it running to the soccer game? Could she wear it to a gala? Could she wear it to her friend's wedding? So I'm always thinking about our customer when I design. I think about a lot of our women. I think about our 15-year-old customer and our 80-year-old customer and everyone in between, and how we can make pieces that she's going to love and enjoy.
So these headquarters are truly incredible. What were you hoping to create here?
You're sitting inside my dream. I really wanted to create an inspiring place that people were happy to come to, that it felt like you were walking into my home, and have perks that women would enjoy. We're 98% women, so we have a lot of fun things, including our nail bar, which I would love for you to come and see.
Are you serious?
Yes, come on.
Let's do it. Can I move here?
we had a white hallway, and I said, this doesn't feel homey. I want it to feel like you're in my house.
Right.
So I made them trim out with all this molding, and they're like, Kendra, you do know this is an office. And I'm like, it's my home office. So even those little details were so important, because I wanted, everywhere you walk, I want it to be pretty. And then all of our conference rooms, they're actually stones. So if you reserve a conference room, like this is the turquoise room. Okay, come in the nail bar. I mean, let's talk about perks. I mean, Taylor. Talk about perks.
Unreal.
You are, you're a KS girl, you get and boy, you get complimentary manis and petties.
This is my
For
dream
real.
come true.
Isn't it a dream?
Yes. Okay, so you said a nail salon would be in your dream. What else is in your dream here?
We have a family game room, so if you pick up your child after work and you want them to just have a little bit of time, there's coloring books and blocks and video games. They can do their homework. You know, they have a fun place. So, you know, we have a lot of moms. We have 98% women here, and a lot of new moms. So we needed a place for them to be able to pump, to breastfeed their babies, and they can do that in our wellness rooms with cashmere blankets and a refrigerator dedicated to mother's milk, and they can watch their favorite television show.
You've thought of everything.
And so it's really nice. And then smoothie bar. So my favorite thing that keeps me going throughout my day is a healthy smoothie. We have complimentary smoothies all day long. You can order them right to your desk and they'll get delivered to you. So you don't even have to get up.
You don't,
yeah.
Why get up? Keep working. There's a smoothie coming to you. This is so lovely. So you've obviously created such a special culture here. Another big part of your culture is philanthropy. Why is that such at the core of what you do?
You know, when I started this company, it was after I lost my stepfather, Rob, to brain cancer. And he told me 3 words before he passed, which were, you do good. And when he had brain cancer, his speech was one of the things that went. And those 3 words really stuck with me, because he was telling me to use the gifts I've been given to do good. And you know, we have a short time here on this earth. And so while I'm here, that was something that was really important to me, is to make an impact, to do something good. And I'm really proud of our company, because that really is what we look at every day as success.
That is so special. Ladies, thank you for this so much. Kendra, thank you for that.
Oh
That
my
is
gosh,
just so
thank
inspiring.
you.
Beautiful nails, a beautiful setting.
You'll just have to go get a smoothie on your way
Yes,
out.
exactly. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Many thanks, Kendra. Feeling a little glam. Up next, Woody Harrelson and Rob Reiner share advice for living in the present and taking on a new creative project.
Would you consider me like an affable bear of a man?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would
An
say
affable
that.
bear of a
An
man.
affable bear of a man.
There.
Your body of work and career and experiences are just, you know, so extraordinary. So at this point in your life, how do you define success? What makes you happy about a project at this point?
Well, you know, it's weird, but all of those crazy cliches that you hear your entire life, there's a reason they're cliches, because they're true. And what I have come to learn is that I like the doing of something. It's like, am I enjoying this experience? This is what we have. We're living right now on the planet doing this.
Yeah.
So if we're not enjoying this, then we've wasted that time. So that's all I look to do, have a good experience. And that's why I like to create a good atmosphere, because that's what you take away from it. I don't know about you, Woody, but whenever I see a movie come on, you know, that I've been involved in, you think about not the movie so much as, oh, that was the day when we, remember that happened when he brought, you know, to me, the movie when it's finished is for everybody else, but the experience is for us.
Yeah. When y'all are in Austin, because you've both been here a number of times, what do y'all do to have that fun when you're here?
Biked over to Barton Springs.
You're doing it right.
Took a nice swim.
Nice
And,
dip
took
in
a swim?
68-degree weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's the perfect temperature. And then, boom, came back just in time to miss the first interview. And so it's been a great day so far.
This is a really special time. This project, you know, has been in the works for a while, and now audiences are going to get the chance to see it. I imagine that's pretty exciting. What's one thing you're hoping they learn about LBJ and leave the film with?
I think most people, when they think of LBJ and they don't know him, they think of this kind of bull in the china shop, arm twisting, you know, browbeating kind of guy who gets his own way. But he had this very sensitive, insecure side, very vulnerable, feeling like many times he wasn't loved. And we're hoping to bring all of that out and have a complete picture. And That's why I wanted Woody to do it, because he does bring a tremendous amount of humanity and a great sense of humor, and he's from Texas.
Yes, exactly.
That's very kind of you, sir.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Hang on a second.
Really?
Let me get you.
I didn't ask him to.
I mean, but dude,
I wasn't asking. But
You're fulfilling your duty.
$20. Well, that's pretty good.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So generous.
Yeah, I would have said it anyway.
This is about making President Kennedy's vision a reality.
I imagine for you, as you prep for a role like this, you know, you're getting to know him so intimately and studying so much. Is there anything you learned about LBJ you found unexpected or that surprised you?
I learned a lot because I used to always think of Vietnam, as most people probably do, who think of LBJ, and I just saw how much he did. Like, I didn't know how much he did for civil rights. I just didn't. I just wasn't aware of it. The Voting Rights Act, Head Start, Clean Water Act, Clean Air Act, National Endowment for the Arts, on and on and on. He did more legislatively than probably any other president except maybe FDR. He was really an amazing guy, and then of course he did get bogged down later. But
Well, yeah, on a domestic policy front, such a huge impact, but it was such tumultuous times for the country that can all be hard to see. So it sounds like y'all kind of focused on showing those many sides of him.
We wanted to show him at a time when he was under the most pressure, and that will bring out his true character. Having to assume the mantle of the presidency from a president who was beloved. He felt he was not going to be accepted. He was never going to be loved the way Kennedy was going to be loved. So that's what we want to do at a flashpoint in his life where he was under the most pressure.
Yeah, so much emotion. What was it like for y'all seeing it for the first time?
he invited me over to his office on Sunset Boulevard.
I'm nervous as hell because, you know, I mean, listen, I'm an actor too, and I know a lot of times actors look at themselves on screen. They don't like, even if they're great, they don't like what they see because they see all the flaws and everything. They're thinking, oh my God, I'm going to sit with him. What if he doesn't like this? And he's in every shot.
Yes.
Then I watched it and I'm like, you know, it shouldn't be surprising to me because I do consider this guy one of the greatest directors. And then I watched it and thank you. To have this back, actually, I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do later when I need, and then I watched it and I'm like, what an amazing movie. The way he put it together, it's just beautiful, you know, and there's so much humor in it that I didn't realize how much.
Well, that's one of the reasons I wanted Woody. He's got a great sense of humor.
What qualities did Woody bring to the role that allow us to see that humanity in LBJ?
Woody, I mean, he does have that. I mean, I don't know if you see, you know, his body of work is insane. I mean, you look at the versatility, and he's able to do anything. Uh-oh, here we go. I got that 20 back. No, seriously. I mean, he has all this, you know, these great qualities.
Right.
And if we're going to show LBJ in a full-rounded way, we have to have somebody who can bring all that to it. Because ultimately, you want to see the character, but you also want to see the person come through, because that's what makes the character real.
So when you take on a role like this, I'm sure it has to be a bit intimidating, like the magnitude of this man trying to be LBJ on screen. So what advice would you give to someone who maybe is going to take on something huge and has fear?
Well, that's so funny because it was very daunting. Because a lot of people know who he is, and if you don't know who he is, you can just look him up. It was kind of terrifying, and I did get really, you know, messed up on the voice because although we're both from Texas, he's from the Hill Country and I'm from Houston area, and so we just very big differences in the way we talk. And Rob was just like, chill out. I think he helped me a lot because he you know, it's great working with him because you really feel just the sense of security. And if you're working for someone and you're constantly feeling like, oh, he didn't like that or that, you know, and then you can't create, you can't be creative.
You want to create an atmosphere where actors can feel comfortable and play, because that's what we're doing. We're just playing. We're playing house for a living, basically. Yeah. Right. And so we want to have fun and enjoy each other. Give me some more money.
Yeah, pay some money, gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah. There you go.
We appreciate your time immensely.
Hey,
Thank
Taylor,
you.
Good
It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Feel free to just leave that 20 in the corner. We'll pick it up for you. too much fun with those guys. If you're looking for a holiday film to catch, check out LBJ in theaters now. And happy holidays to you. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you soon. Until then, find us online or on YouTube.